Welcome back everybody. So this is gonna be a quick update video for you guys on stock market, and before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now if you want to get my daily trade ideas, swing trade ideas, live trading, and you want to support the channel, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. So what we got here on stock market? Well, we got everything pretty much going flat across the board, including Dow Jones, Nasdaq 100 also going down slightly 0.30%, S&P down 0.16%, and Russell also going down only 0.17%. So everything pretty much flat on the day. Even though we saw a gap down this morning, things came back up and now flat closing here for the day. And here's 11 sectors that makes up S&P 500 on top. What we got here? Well, completely risk-off move here in the market. We got utilities leading the way, consumer defensive, real estate, industrials, financial, healthcare. And then look at this right here. Energy down. That is definitely signaling a recession. Basic materials going down, technology going down, another almost 0.5%. Communication services down, and even consumer cyclical was down for the day. And here on stock market map, we got Amazon down 1.66%, Tesla up 4.18%, Meta flat, Google going down 0.5%, Apple down 0.86%, Microsoft flat, Nvidia going down, even though this thing was green, 1.66%. Bigger banks are down also, and some of these regional banks are doing okay. But look at right here, energy sector, everything pretty much going down right here on energy. On SPY ETF, it's down 0.20%, so basically a flat day. But let's talk about my last video. You guys saw that thumbnail. It was inside this box, and also in my video, I talked about it, how we actually need to get over 565, and if that happens, we're going to see blue skies and possibly brand new all-time highs. Also, I said in my video that we take out this range, bottom of this chop box right here, then watch out for a dump off down to these moving averages. And we actually landed here yesterday with a gap down, and even today again another gap down, and finally was able to actually hold up here these two moving averages, protecting and respecting, right here, and holding SPY at 550. You can see right here this white line 20-day and the red line 50-day moving average. Now if this is not holding, and I think it's going to play out guys, considering on Qs, we saw it's getting down to 465, closing that gap and then going even under that gap. So here in this case, I think that's going to play out. Soon as we get that confirmation, closing under or maybe even a gap down under 550 should take SPY down to right here, 544 to 545 to close this gap. So watch out for that. Could be a nice short opportunity that's actually taking place tomorrow. If not, Friday, we do have unemployment data coming out. So that's going to be a big one to move this market. Now, we can find support here. And if it's holding tomorrow and even going into, I would say, Friday, and if the data is bullish, let's say unemployment is less than expectation, well, it's good, right? We're not seeing a huge spike on unemployment. And if that happens, yes, this support can hold. See a rally back up to 557 to 558, and I think that's about it for this week. We got a short week, and that is my target to the upside, maybe even I would say 560. Now if this support gives up, like I said, and the data is really bad, more people claiming unemployment, that's not going to be good for the bulls. You'll see a gap down, possibly down to this gap. And this is where it needs to hold anywhere from, I would say, 545 to this 543 range. Under that, this gap comes into play, which is at 535. And talking about this month, September, guys, it's not actually a good month for the market. So watch out. When I actually made the video here, I saw a lot of people talking about blue skies and going to all-time highs and just buying I'll be buying even more. As a matter of fact, there was a comment in my video, guys, and it was like, and I hope they're not buying more. It was right here somewhere, like 563-ish. And the comment was like, I'm just going to buy even more. Well, you're buying at all-time highs. There is no opportunities here at all-time highs, unless you're buying at a all-time high and selling at a brand new all-time high. That should be your goal, because I mean, a no-brainer will get in here. I mean, day trading is fine, but this is really hard to go and buy something near all-time highs or after hitting an all-time high, because that's just crazy. Because usually what you want to do in the market when there is a dip, when things are oversold, and I think it's pretty much everyone. That's how it works. When things are oversold, we get a big dip, 10, 15%, like a couple days ago right here. Yes, you buy that dip, you play it to the upside. But when market hitting all-time highs and you're going full bull, well, you're going to blow up the account. And I think this is exactly what happened here, with a lot of people actually going full bull mode right here without that confirmation breakout, which was 565. So be careful this month, and especially going into next month. We also have rate cuts coming in this month. So that's typically not bullish, guys. And a lot of people are thinking like, oh, we're fine. Soft landing is here. We don't know yet. Powell said before that inflation, you know, it's nothing. It's gonna go away by itself. And then what happened? It's still there. It's rising every day. Everything is expensive. And now he's saying that, oh, we're soft landing. Time has come. Well, we'll see. Time has come for what? And what can go down from there? Because it's not like market at all-time low. We're at brand new all-time highs, pretty much near the highs. And there is a rate cut happening very soon. We got things that are not lining up, whatever he's saying, and there's election coming up, a lot of things right now. And that is why, I mean, yes, you can buy the dip. If the market is coming down, I'm the biggest bull buying the dip. But when the market is hitting all-time highs, it's a no-brainer. A lot of people chase nowadays and like, oh, I'm just gonna play 570 calls. Well, what happened here on 570, 565? Immediately wiped off on Tuesday morning. So be careful, especially chasing. And if you're trying to go long here on SPY, I would say wait a little bit longer, at least up until next month, and then see how the rate cuts are actually taking effect in this market, and then you can play something. Because right now, nobody knows, nobody has any clue that where things gonna go after that rate cut. And especially this month is not bullish for the market, and the next month also we actually see big selling in this month and then next month. And if that happens, there is more downside. You can definitely come down and retest 510. And not to mention, guys, uh, okay, we got this pullback, but we never actually came back and retested previous all-time high, which is what was it? 480 right here, 480, 482. That actually never happened. That is a weekly, monthly retest, and we never got that. So at some point, there is also a gap there, weekly gap, and weekly gaps, they typically get filled. So be careful. I mean, it can happen, definitely. That does not mean that you go and short everything. That's not what I'm saying. But, a lot of people nowadays chase. So that message is for that, because chasing, you can really get hurt chasing at these levels right now. And especially with the rate cuts and all the data that are coming out this month and then even next month. And here's my X account. And if you guys are on there, definitely give me a follow. And there is no subscription, nothing here on X. It's totally free. And you can always get in touch with me right here on X. And here's some fantastic plays from today. And even calls that were underwater came back up from yesterday on Boeing right here. You can see he came up with 40% in the gain, sold for a profit. And this morning, guys, PNW, this thing came down. It was 339, where I actually got in 350 calls, and you can see this thing exploding. Within minutes, it was up $6 to $7. Took profit, and this play right here, you can see what happened, guys. And these levels, I actually put out every day in the morning, and you can see 504 to 500, and we landed right at 504. Got calls 520, and this one, I mean, almost going in the money, and within just few minutes. And I think meta trading now at what 515, something like that. So all these trade ideas, swing trade ideas, and anything you need to become a better trader, definitely check out the link down below in the description for Patreon. On triple Q, it's down 0.26%. So this morning it was down, and you can see, I mean, this is where we got rejection. So 460 pretty much a magnetic support. And what happened here? This gap got fully closed yesterday, and we went under the gap. And now look at today. 464 got a rejection. We got near this gap where it was supposed to be a support, and now that's a resistance. So anywhere from 465, that's going to be a resistance to watch. Over that, we might see a move up to 467.55 right here on Qs. So if this gap is getting filled, this is a massive lower high on weekly time frame. Even on this daily time frame, you can see right here. And we still have this gap open, and now we are pulling back. So now, if this is actually a weekly lower high, where is the lower low? That means what? We might take out this low at some point, and if that's out, there's going to be more downside here in this market. Now, yes, it was kind of flagging, but with this candle, it does not look too hot anymore here on Qs. Now 460 gives up. We do have more unfinished business down here, guys. This gap down here, 554.37, and that is going to be the next stop below 460, and under that, even 449.50 on triple Qs. On Dow Jones, it's absolutely flat on the day. So this morning, and this is a call out I actually did especially for my Premium Plus members. It's not even in my channels where I actually shared my trade ideas. It was actually live. Took DIA puts right here pretty much at 412. It went back up, came back, and then finally we got paid end of the day and still holding some puts right here on DIA. And you can see things are actually coming down. And now if Nasdaq 100 going down and filling that gap, and even SPY is near the gap, look at how far this thing is disconnected from this gap. And Apple going down, Boeing going down, who's going to save Dow Jones? And I think it makes sense that we get a pullback for 100 that can happen in a quick time. So that is why I'm holding, and I think there is massive upside potential on this short position that I have if this is where to play out in next maybe couple weeks. And these are not, like going to expire tomorrow or anytime soon. So I took some profit off the table, still leaving some runners, and I think it can happen. At least we can see, I'd say 405. So Dow Jones, you can see breaking down, and look at the rejection today, guys. So it was kind of like an inside day here, inside this bearish engulfing candle. Moment we take out bottom of this candle, which is 408.60, you're going to see a dump off down to 405.77, and then easily it can happen in one day, but let's say 2 weeks, we can see this gap fill here at 400. So watch out. Now to the upside, there will be resistance at 411, over that 412.43, and then we can talk about possibly retesting previous all-time highs, 416.55 on Dow Jones. On IWM, also a flat day, and what I said before that, look at this channel right here. The moment we take out this uptrend, now you can see the dump up actually getting started. And now, I mean, we got really close to the gap today, to 11. So I think in next few days, unless we get a breakout over to 16, this gap is in play. We might see this gap getting filled right here at 208, and that support gap fill needs to hold. If not, the next stop will be way down here, guys, near 200. Now to the upside, even today, I mean, look at this. We got close to 216, and before that, well, already got sold off, and this thing came back. So huge rejection there. 216 breaks, then we can talk about possibly 220, and then maybe even 225. Until then, it's not looking bullish, especially with this massive bearish engulfing candle. And then we actually made a new low today, so that is definitely not bullish for IWM bulls. On VIX is up almost 3%, and you can see it's over 20 bucks. So volatility is over 20, and that is not bullish for the market. Until this thing gets under 20, possibly under 18, that is when you're going to see market, possibly getting a short-term bottom. If that's not happening next few days, and this thing is holding like today and yesterday, over 20, the next stop is 26 and possibly even 30. And we saw VIX a couple of weeks ago here, guys, at 65 pre-market. So something tells me that we might see that price playing out in open market, when market is open, not pre-market. and we can see that. So I mean, don't rule that out that VIX just gonna dump after hitting 20 all the time. I mean, you can see this thing was getting choked right here, trading in this range at around 10 to 13 bucks, and now we saw that massive spike, and now again another spike. So now it's holding over 20. Remain cautious when this thing is over 20 bucks.